We will continue now with the third part. Bombay Scottish students have finished this part, but I have not done it with Gopal Sharma, so I will be completing this chapter with the third part. Bombay Scottish students need not copy it again, but yes, if you want to go through any of the sums which are being explained, you can definitely go through the video. But Gopal Sharma students has to copy all this in their long books. So we'll start with circles, that is the third part. As per the syllabus book, we have only circle, semicircle and quarter circle. Other sectors are not included in our syllabus, so we will not be doing any other sectors. So right now we will see the formula for area of circle and circumference of circle. First, AOD, it's a straight line. AOB is a straight line, it is the diameter of the circle. So if that is the diameter, then OA is equal to OB, that is the radius denoted by small r. Radius is diameter upon 2. Now area of this circle is pi r squared. So if the area of the entire circle is pi r squared, then the circumference of this circle, circumference means one thing you know, it is just like perimeter. Take a walk along the border. This shaded region shown in red, this part is the circumference. In other figures you call it perimeter like in quadrilaterals, but in circles you call it as circumference. So circumference is equal to 2 pi r. That is the formula for circumference. It is the length of the entire arc of the outer circle. So that is 2 pi r. So it's the distance along P to B to A and then back to P. That is the circumference. Now if you take the semicircle, this is semicircle, that is exactly half the circle. It is very simple for area. Area is directly circle's area upon 2. So it is pi r squared upon 2. That is the area of the semicircle. Now perimeter is not going to be 2 pi r upon 2. When you take perimeter or circumference of a semicircle, be careful. You have to not just account for this length of the arc AXB, but from B you have to come back to A without using the same road. So it's AXB plus OB plus OA. So that means this is half of the entire circumference. So this is 2 pi r upon 2. That is only pi r. So it is pi r plus r. Many times students forget this 2r. They forget this 2r because they only think of half the circle. So they write directly 2 pi r upon 2. But understand this, that 2 pi r upon 2 is only AXB. AXB is 2 pi r upon 2. So that is only the length of the arc AB. BA will be further 2r. So you have to take an account for that 2r also. So it is pi r plus 2r. Now quarter circle means 1/4 of a circle. Quarter circle is 1/4 of a circle, so it is the entire circle upon 4. So the entire circle's area is pi r squared. So it is pi r squared upon 4. The area will be 1/4. Like here the area was half of the circle. So quarter circle area is pi r squared upon 4. But now circumference is not just this arc. This arc is just this much. So that is not the case. It is not 1/4 of the arc will be 1/4 of 2 pi r. But then you have to add this and this. So this length OB is again r and OA is also r in that figure. So it is equal to 2 pi r upon 4 this arc, length of the arc AXB plus OA and OB, that is 2r. So whenever you are doing perimeter, understand one thing, that it is a walk along the border without crossing any road second times. So B to A, B to O and O to A. So that is a walk along the entire border without crossing the same road 2 2 times. So that is the entire circumference. In this case, it can be called the circumference or perimeter. In circle, it is called circumference. Now ring. Ring, there are 2 circles. An inner circle with smaller radius small r and an outer circle with bigger radius capital R. So the area of the ring is only the shaded region which is marked in green. So that is outer radius, outer area minus inner area. So it is pi r squared minus pi small r squared. So pi capital R squared minus pi small r squared, that is the ring, that is the area of the green region, area of the ring. Now they will not ask perimeter of the ring, they will ask, if they ask the perimeter of the outer surface, then it is 2 pi capital R, and if they ask for the inner surface, it is 2 pi small r. And if they ask you what is the width of this ring, the width will be capital R minus small r. The outer radius minus inner radius will give you the thickness of the ring. Now number of rotations made by a wheel or roller of the pulley. Now you have a wheel, a car ka wheel rotating. How many rotations it has made? They give you the total distance covered in kilometer, and maybe the radius of the car is given in centimeter. First thing you have to note is that convert both to the same units. You will have to convert kilometer to meter and centimeter then, because the radius of the wheel is in centimeter. And then use the formula total distance covered upon the circumference. Total distance covered may be 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, whatever, that you convert to centimeter, and the circumference will be 2 pi r with again the radius in centimeter. So total distance covered upon circumference will give you number of rotations. So ensure in that case the numerator and denominator are in the same units. That is the common mistake made. So now we will start with the classwork sums of part 3. Now we go on to sum number 1, in which the area is given 616 centimeters squared. We are asked to find the radius and the circumference. Very basic sum. So pi r squared is area, that is 616. So pi, we take it as 22 by 7 if it is not given, or we can even take it as 3.14. Either of it, both are 22 by 7 is equal to 3.14. So if it is given in the sum, then take that value of pi, otherwise the choice is yours. Generally we take 22 by 7 because usually the numbers will be divisible by either 22 or by 7. So in this case I have taken 22 by 7, so it is upon 7, so the 7 goes in the numerator. 22 goes 28 times with 616. So r squared, instead of 28 I have written it as 14 into 2 into this 7. So basically it is 14 into 14. So that is r squared, so r becomes only 14. So r will be 14. So therefore circumference will become 2 pi r. So 2 pi is 22 by 7 into 14. So circumference is 88 centimeter. That is the total circumference of the circle, and r is the radius of the circle. Now the next sum, you have been given the diameter of the wheel and what is the distance covered by the wheel in kilometer. So here the distance covered is given in kilometer and the diameter is in centimeter. So we can't use 2 different units in calculate. In the sum the units have to be the same, so it is easier to convert kilometer. Kilometer into 1000 will give you meter, and that meter to 100 will give you centimeter. So that is why kilometer I have first multiplied by 1000 to convert it into meter, and then meter I have multiplied it by 100 to convert it into centimeter. So therefore the distance covered is 10 I have removed from here and shifted the decimal. So 44 followed by 4 zeros. One of the zeros have been used to shift the decimal. So 44 followed by 40. Now this is in centimeter, this is also in centimeter. So direct formula for number of rotations in. So number of rotations is this total distance covered upon the circumference. And circumference of the wheel is 2 pi r. So when you do the calculations, again pi is taken as 22 by 7. So the 7 goes on the numerator. And when you do the calculation further, it is simple calculations. Most things get cancelled and you're left with 2000. So the number of rotations is 2000 rotations. These are very simple sums. Direct formula. We go on to the third sum. Now in this case, in the third sum, we have said that first you have a figure in the shape of a square. Now this is a wire which is bent in the shape of a square. And after that, that same wire is thereafter bent in the shape of a circle. So the total length of the wire is AB plus BC plus CD plus AD. That is the perimeter. So whether it is made into a circle or an equilateral triangle, whatever, the total length remains the same. The length won't change. Yes, the area will change based on the figure. So in this case, you are given that the area of the square is 121 centimeter squared. So side squared is 121 centimeter squared. So side is 11 centimeter. So all the four sides of the squares is 11 centimeter. So therefore the perimeter is 4 times the side. So it is 44 centimeter. All four sides together it is 44 centimeter. So this plus this plus this plus this is 4 times 11, 44 centimeter. Now that same perimeter will be the circumference of the circle that you are going to make with the help of the same length of wire. So now you have circumference of circle and perimeter of square is same. So that remains 44 centimeter. So therefore 2 pi r is 44. So therefore radius is 44 upon 2 pi. So when you do the calculation, you will get the radius as 7 centimeter. Again pi is 22 by 7, so 7 goes on the numerator. So it's a simple calculation, you get 7 centimeter as the radius. You are asked the area of the circle, so it is pi r squared. So 154 centimeter squared. In the next sum, that is in the fourth sum, they have given you that there is a pond which has a diameter of 7 meter. The answer is in meter. And surrounding the pond there is a concrete path, a circular path of constant width of 1.75. So it is 1.75 meter there, 1.75 meter here, 1.75 meter here. Everywhere the constant width is 1.75 meter. So since the width is 1.75 meters, so now you can see that the outer radius is 7 plus 1.75, that is 8.75 meter, and the inner radius is 7 meter. So you are asked to find the area of this path. The area of the path means area of the ring. So that area is outer area minus inner area. So area of the concrete path will be pi capital R squared minus pi small r squared. You can take pi common and write capital R squared minus small r squared. Capital R will be 8.75. That is capital R, not small r. Small r is 7. And capital R is 8.75. So pi 8.75 the whole squared minus 7 squared. Now this is of the form a squared minus b squared. You've done factorization, so you know it is a plus b into a minus b. So you can use this and avoid doing the squaring. So by doing that, if you do squaring also, it is fine, you will get the same answer, but it may take a bit more time. So 8.75 plus 7, which is 15.75, and 8.75 minus 7, which is 1.75. So when you multiply 7 and 1.75 goes 0.25. Then I have written 22 into 0.25 is 5.5. So 5.5 into 15.75 calculation is done here. It is 86.625 meters squared. That is the area of this concrete path, outer area minus inner area. So copy these sums. These are very basic sums. The circle part is the most simplest part of the three. So copy this in your notebooks. The fifth question. The circumference of the inner ring is given circumference of the plot. This inner part is the plot. That is 88 meter. And the radius of this plot we have taken small r. So from that you can find what is small r. 88 upon 2 pi, so that comes out to 14 meter. Now surrounding the plot there is a circular road which has a width of 3.5 meter. So that circular road of 3.5 meter will add up to small r so that you get capital R. So capital R is small r, which was 14 meter plus 3.5, so that is 17.5 meter. So the area of the road is outer area minus inner area. So area of the road is only this ring. So that is outer area pi r squared minus pi small r squared. Take pi common. Again we are using the same thing. A squared minus b squared is a plus b, a minus b. So we are using 17.5 plus 14 and 17.5 minus 14. So 31.5 when you add and 3.5 when it is capital R minus small r. So when you divide 7 and 3.5 it is 0.5. So 22 into 0.5 is 11. 11 into 31.5. So you get 34.65 meters squared as the area of the road. So the area of the road is 34.85 meters squared, and you are given that each meter squared costs 60 rupees, 80 rupees. Each meter squared to pave the road it costs 80 rupees. So total area of the road into cost per meter squared, 34.65 into 80, 27,720 is the total cost to pave this circular road which is surrounding the plot. These are all standard simple sums. Now the next sum, sixth sum, is slightly different. You have little bit in that to think in the start. So mark this sum as important. The sixth sum is important, even the fifth sum was important. But sixth, you know the method. First of all, you are given there is a circular ring which has an area of 286 centimeters squared. Now, circular ring area is outer area minus inner area. So it is pi capital R squared minus pi small r squared. So the inner radius is small r. Outer radius in this case will be small r plus 7. Because they have given you that the difference in the radius is 7 centimeter. So that means capital R minus small r is 7 centimeter. The difference in the radius is 7 centimeter. So area of the ring, which is already given 286, is pi capital R squared minus pi small r squared. So pi common, capital R squared minus small r squared. So this is r plus r into r minus r. So that is area of circular ring. So now pi is 22 by 7. R plus r you don't know, but r minus r you have already written in equation 1. So I am substituting that r minus r. This is an important step out here which you have to remember. Sometimes what student does is they try to calculate after putting all this. You try and write r plus 7 and all those things, then you go wrong. To make it one equation and quadratic, all that is not required. You just substitute r minus r is 7 in this equation, and then the sum becomes very simple. So 7 and 7 will get cut. 22 below 284 gives you 13. 286 gives you 13. So you get second equation, r plus capital R is 13 centimeter. First equation was already there, r minus r is 7. So when you add these two, 2r is 20 or capital R is 10. So now if you substitute capital R scale in any equation 1 or 2, so if you can substitute it in 2, 10 plus small r is 13, so small r will be 3 centimeter. That is the inner radius. So this is how you do the sixth sum. This step where you substitute r minus r is 7 and using the same formula a squared minus b squared, a plus b, a minus b, and then substituting r minus r is 7 is very important in this sum. Otherwise it would be lengthy if you go to do it by quadratic. So solve this, and no quadratic, this is how it is done. You go on to the seventh sum. Now in the next sum, that is in sum number 7, you are given a square inscribed inside a circle. Inscribed means all the 4 vertices of the square will lie on the circumference of the circle. If a square or a rectangle is inscribed in a circle, remember one thing, the diagonal of the square or rectangle and the diameter of that circle will be the same. So you have to use that logic, that is why I have written this. If a square or a rectangle is inscribed in a circle, then diagonal of the square or rectangle is same as diameter of the outer circle. So in your homework also there is a sum identical to this sum. Mark this sum is important. In that sum it is a rectangle inscribed inside a circle. In this case it is a square inscribed in the circle. Now here of course you are given AC, the diameter is 2 times the radius, so it is 2 times 14, that is 28. The radius is given to be 14 centimeter. So now area of the shaded region, when you look at it, you know it is the circle's area minus the square's area. Square area is side squared and circle area is pi r squared. So we need to find r. For this circle we know the r is 7, which we have used, 14, r is 14 which we have used, but now we need to find the side of the square. Only then we can find side squared. So in order to find side of the square we are using Pythagoras theorem. AB and BC are both same, it's a square, so all sides are equal. So S. So we have taken it as S squared plus S squared is 28 squared. 2s squared is 784. So s squared is 784 by 2, 392 centimeters squared. So then don't find s because we needed s squared actually. That is the area of the square itself. So we have directly got s squared. This is the area of the square. No need of finding the square root and what is s. That is not required. Now area of the shaded region is outer radius, that is outer area, that is pi r squared, which is 22 by 7, r is already given, it is 14. So 22 by 7 into 14 into 14 minus the area of the square which you just found, 392. So it will be 44 into 14 which is 616 minus 392. So that is 224 centimeter squared. That is the area of the shaded region. Now you have the next sum, which is a direct sum, in which there is nothing tricky. You are given what is the area of a semicircle. It is 308 centimeters squared. Now area of the semicircle is the full circle's area upon 2. So that is, therefore you get pi r squared upon 2 is 308. So we can find the radius. R squared is 308 into 2 upon the pi. So pi is 22 by 7. 7 goes on the numerator. So it comes out 14 into 2 into 7 is 14. So R will be 14 centimeter. That is the radius of this semicircle. So now area and radius is fine. When you are doing perimeter, you have to be careful because this is 2 pi r upon 2 or pi r. But we have to account for the diameter, that is 2r. Many students forget to take this 2r. So it is 2 22 by 7 into r is 14 plus 2 into r is again 14. So this comes out to 44 plus 28 or 72 centimeter. That is the perimeter of the semicircle. Note these two sums. The seventh sum is important, and there is an identical sum in homework with a rectangle inscribed in a circle. Please do this too. We will go on to the next sum, that is question number 9. Question number 9. You are given that this is a rectangular plot and it is surrounded by two semicircles. Now here AD and BC are both 100 and BA and CD are both 42. So the radius of the circle of the semicircular plot will be 42 by 2, that is 21. So we know we can easily find the area of this field by finding area of two semicircles and adding it. But when you write the sum, don't directly write it area of one circle. First you have to write area of two semicircles, and then the final formula it will become pi r squared only because it is two semicircles. But don't write here area of circle. Write there two semicircles plus the area of the rectangular plot. So this is length into breadth, so 42 into 100, 4200. And this is 2 times, because there are two semicircles, into pi r squared by 2 is the area of one semicircle. So 2 times pi r squared by 2. So 42 into 100, 4200 plus pi 22 by 7, this 2 and 2 got cancelled. So pi is 22 by 7, r is 21 into 21. So you have 66 into 21, which is 1386 plus 4200, which is 5586 meters squared. That is the area of this entire plot. Now length of the boundary of the field. So length of the boundary of this field means this entire thing, boundary. So 100 length of CQD plus length of AD, that is 100 again, and length of APB. So all that arcs have to be added. So now when you do that, length of this arc is 2 pi r upon 2. This is also 2 pi r upon 2. And this is 100, this is 100. So BC is 100. This is 2 pi r upon 2. Then again AD is 100. And this again is 2 pi r upon 2. So 100 plus 100, 200 plus this is pi r and that is also pi r. So pi r plus pi r is 2 pi r. So 200, 2 times pi is 22 by 7 and r is 21. So when you do the calculation, it is 200 plus 66 into 2 is 132. So it is 332. So the length of the boundary of the field is 332 meter. So this is how you do the ninth sum, by dividing it into two semicircles and a rectangle. It is very logical and simple. We will go on to the 10th sum now. Yeah, now we will continue with sum number 10 on page 154. This sort of sum has been asked once in the 10th standard board exams, because earlier this chapter was in standard 10. So you can mark this sum also as important because it has been asked in a paper previously. So in this you have to use logic. In this chapter you can't directly use any mug-up formula alone. You have to use logic. For example, when they ask you to find the area of the shaded region, you have to look at the figure and first understand what to take and what to remove, what to add and what to remove. That has to be very clearly seen, because what happens is that students just know formula and they want direct sum in which formula is written. Doesn't happen like this. So here you have to see that first you have one circle, big circle with radius r1, So AR and AP are the radii, we have written that is 5. Then you have another circle which is the second bigger circle. This has radius, B is the center and radius is 3. So BT is equal to BP is equal to 3. And you have a third circle which is the smallest of the three. That has C as center, CR and CT is the radius, that is having radius of 2 centimeter. So that is having radius 2 centimeter. Now you are told area of this shaded region has to be found. So first of all I will take this full semicircle. But you know the full semicircle is not there, so I have to remove area of this semicircle with R2 as radius. And then I have to add a third semicircle with R3 as radius. So it is basic thinking, basic logic, but you have to use that method. So area of semicircle with R1 as radius, from that you add area of semicircle with R3 as radius and you minus area of semicircle with R2 as radius. So this entire part is there, from that you remove this and you add this. So when you do that, the big semicircle with A as center and R1 is radius is pi R1 squared upon 2. It's a semicircle, so pi R1 squared upon 2. Then this semicircle you have to add, that is pi R3 squared upon 2. And this semicircle which you have to remove is pi R3 squared upon 2. So that's how you have to do it. You can take pi by 2 common. In this sum specifically they have told to leave your answer in terms of pi. So you have to leave your answer in terms of pi. So here it is R1 squared plus R3 squared minus R2 squared. So 5 squared R3 is 2. So 2 squared minus 3 squared. So it is 29 minus 9, that is 20 into pi by 2. So it is 10 pi. Since all of these are in centimeter and since this is the area, you will write 10 pi centimeter squared. That is the area of the shaded region. 10 pi centimeter squared. Now when they tell you perimeter, I have told you perimeter means one walk along the border of that shaded region without crossing the same path again. So when you start, let's say you are starting from P, you will start from P, go to R, PQR, that arc. Then from R you will reach S and then T. And then from T you have to come back to the point P. So you haven't repeated a single path twice. You are following the same path. You are not repeating the same path twice. So from PQR, it is length of our PQR, which is 2 pi R1. This is the circle with radius this R1 upon 2. The entire thing would have been 2 pi R. So semicircle, not the entire semicircle. No, you are not taking this. You are only taking the length of the arc PQR. So it is 2 pi R1 upon 2. Then this is 2 pi R3 upon 2. So this is circle, semicircle in fact, with center C which has radius 2 centimeter. So it is 2 pi R3 upon 2. It is only the length of the arc, you are not going back, so you are not adding 2R. So that is what I told you, don't mug up formulas blindly, you have to apply it properly. And the third one is the arc TUP. So it is length of the arc TUP which is 2 pi, now this is R2 upon 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled in each of it. So it is pi R1 plus pi R3 plus pi R2, which is pi R1 plus R3 plus R2. So 5 plus 3 plus 2, so it is 10 pi. Coincidentally, the answers are the same, but since perimeter is just a length, it will be in centimeter. So the unit has to be written in centimeter. Area was centimeter squared. Here, since you're told to leave it as pi, you leave it as pi. Otherwise, you would have written 10 into 3.14, that is 31.4 centimeter. And here it would have been 31.4 centimeter squared. So, I hope this is clear. This is an important sum which can be asked in school exam or class exam. Copy it down. In the 11th question, they have given that two circles touch each other. When the word touch each other comes, that means they are touching at one and only one point. Single point. It means the two circles are tangent to each other. Now, if they tell you that two circles intersect each other, then that is different from touch. Intersect means they meet at two distinct points. No two circles can meet at 3 points. They cannot intersect at more than 2 points. So maximum is 2. This is given a specific word called touch. Touch means one single point. A is the point where circles with centers P and Q touch each other. So PA is radius R1 and AQ is radius R2. So now here it is given that the sum of the areas, so R1 plus R2 is 10 because the distance between the two circles is centers is 10. So R1 plus R2 is 10, so you can write R2 is equal to 10 minus R1. Here the distance between the center of the two circles is 10 centimeter, so PQ is 10. So R1 plus R2 is equal to 10. So you can write R2 in terms of R1, you can say R2 is 10 minus R1, and the sum of the areas of the two circles is 58 pi. It's 58 pi, so pi R1 squared plus pi R2 squared is 58 pi. Before you cut pi, take pi common out, and then write it as R1 squared plus R2 squared is 58. So R1 squared, R2 is 10 minus R1. So R2 we just wrote 10 minus R1, the whole squared. Instead of R2 we have substituted in terms of R1 from equation 1. That is 58. So now when you expand this, it is A minus B the whole squared. So R1 squared plus 100 plus R1 squared again minus 20R. Many students forget this. Minus 2AB term is there. So that has been to be taken into account. That is 58. So 2R1 squared minus 20R minus plus 42, because 100 minus 58 becomes 42. That is equal to 0. So before you split and factorize, you make it in the reduced lowest form. That is, you divide each term by 2, both sides. So 0 upon 2 will remain 0. This side it will be R1 squared minus 10R1 plus 21. This is how you factorize. You have learned this in factorization. So you have to split the middle term. R1 squared, this is 7 3s are 21 and both are minus. So when you add it, you get minus 10R1. And when you multiply this, you get 21 into R1 squared. So minus 7R into minus 3R is equal to minus 3R1 is plus 21 R1. So this is R1 here. So then you take R1 common out, R1 minus 7. The last two terms again 3 common out, R1 minus 7. So R1 minus 7 into R1 minus 3 is equal to 0. R1 minus 7 is 0 or R1 minus 3 is 0. So R1 is 7 or R1 is 3. So you have two cases. This could have been the smaller circle with radius 3, or this could have been the bigger circle with radius 7. So if this is radius 3, then that one will have radius 7, because R1 plus R2 should add up to 10. If this was the bigger circle with radius 7, then the other circle would have been the smaller one with radius 3. So after showing that, we finally write, therefore the radii of the two circles is 7 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So the area of the two circles are 7 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So please copy this down in your long books. And this again, here this factorization, since you have factorization, but factorization we used to leave it like this. We never used to write it equal to 0 and solve. This is after factorization, this is solving the equation, so that too needs to be done here. We are left with one sum that we will finish now. Now in this sum, that is in the 12th sum, I have given you a figure. ABCD is a kite. In a kite, the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So they meet at 90 degrees. So you know the area of any figure or any quadrilateral which meet at 90 degree, it's half into product of the diagonals. So we can easily find the area of the kite because AC and BD are both given. So it is half into 12 into 8, which is 48 centimeter squared. Then the radius of the circle is given 2.5. I have called it as R1. So area of the circle is pi R1 squared, that is 3.14. I have taken pi as into 2.5 the whole squared. So that gives you 19.625 centimeters squared. Semicircle area radius is given 2. So therefore the area of the semicircle is pi R2 squared. It's 3.14 into 2 squared upon 2. So it is 6.28 centimeter squared. Now when you add 2 and 3, you get the total shaded area. Shaded area is circle plus semicircle. 19.625 plus 6.28. So it is 25.91 centimeter squared. So the unshaded part is the entire rhombus minus the entire kite minus the shaded region. So the entire kite was 48 minus the shaded region is 25.91. So that gives you 22.10 centimeter squared as the area of the unshaded part. So both are asked, so you have to write both. Now this chapter I had already finished with the Bombay Scottish students in March itself, as this part, third part, was supposed to be there for your Bombay Scottish Standard 8 final exams in March. But this homework I think we have already done and discussed. If not, then both of you have to do the homework. If you have already completed it, then no need of doing it again. But Gopal Sharma students, all the 11 sums on page 155 and 156 for Anish tutorial book circles homework, that is for Monday, finish it by Monday 15 June, all the 11 sums. Bye, take care.